DMF-stoppers, and welcome to the channel. Duan here, and today I'll be giving you some tips and guidance for hiking the Shipwreck Trail at Glentana. I will have chapters in the timeline below to help you navigate the video, and all the details you may require will be down in the description. Let's get to it. The Shipwreck Trail is located along the shoreline of the Glentana beach. Glentana is located between Mossel Bay and George and is about 4 hours drive from Cape Town. Glentana is a small beach town and it is nestled between the ocean and some beautiful forest-covered mountains, which really sets it up for some spectacular scenery all around. The Shipwreck hiking trail does not require any booking, and you are welcome to hike the trail whenever you want. This trail is a there and back trail, which means you hike to a certain point and then you turn around and you hike the same way back to your starting point. There are a few places of note along the route, the first being a cave. This cave can be found when hiking around the first point. There will be a slight hill. You can head up the hill and find the cave there. The next point of interest is the shipwreck, and this is also the reason why we went on this hike. I will share some more about this later. There is also a small cottage that can be found close to the shipwreck, and then there is also one smaller cave that you can find by heading past the shipwreck to the next point, and there you can see the cave. This cave is smaller than the first cave, but it is slightly more impressive since the ocean floods it at high tide. I would recommend doing this hike in the summertime on a nice clear day, although we went in the autumn and it was just as beautiful. If you do go in the summertime, it can get quite hot, so for some, a cooler day would definitely be preferable. This trail can be approached in two ways, and that depends on the tide. When it is high tide, it can definitely become really challenging, and I would not recommend this, since you would also not be able to find the shipwreck because it will be underneath the sea level. When it becomes low tide, this trail becomes really popular and quite a casual route to hike, and this is also the time I would recommend you go. And the rest of this guide is also aimed at going during low tide. You should definitely wear clothes that can get wet. In the summertime you might want to take a dive in the ocean to cool off. Do however be careful because Glentana is quite known for strong currents and many rocky shorelines, so I would suggest staying on the shallow side. In wintertime you could very likely experience some rain along the route. The weather along this shoreline can change pretty quickly, so go well prepared. As always, dress comfortably for this hike, and for this route specifically I would recommend you wear short pants. Shoes are not a necessity on this hike, and many people hike with bare feet, but I would still recommend you wear shoes to protect your feet from the few places that you do hike over rocks, and I would also suggest that these shoes can get wet. Definitely also take a hat, since there is no shade on this trail. This is quite an easy trail, and that is why I would say it's not necessary to take lots of food and water with. I do however still recommend you take some snacks with to keep your energy level up, and definitely some fluids to hydrate yourself. If you enjoy picnics however, I would recommend you take your things with, and you can have your picnic at the shipwreck on the beautiful beach before you start heading back. Some essentials to take with as always are sunblock, a basic first aid kit, a towel, a pocket knife, a torch and a whistle, a waterproof bag for sensitive items like cell phones. There is also cell reception on some places on this route, and also remember to take some bags with to place your refuse in. This trail is quite easy, and I would rate it at 3 out of 10 on the difficulty level. The only reason I don't give it an easier rating is because you hike most of the route on the beach, which could get challenging at times. The trail is 5 kilometers there and back, which could be done in less than 2 hours, even if you take it easy and spend some time to explore around the shipwreck before heading back. As mentioned earlier, the reason we hiked this trail is to go and see the shipwreck, and I have to say I was quite surprised to see the size of the shipwreck. The ship was 123 meters long initially and weighed around 4,500 tons. If you are interested, you can find some more information at the Glentana restaurant. I will also show some pictures now that I took from their information. As you can see, this ship was meant to be a floating dock, and it went aground in 1902 after the tow rope became undone during the transportation of the ship from Durban to Cape Town. It is quite incredible that such large parts of the ship is still visible after such a long time, even after laying there for more than 120 years. There is a cottage located just off the beach from where the shipwreck lies. We were also lucky enough to meet the owners on the beach during our hike. They were very friendly and explained to us that their farm is located on the shoreline of Glentana and that the cottage located there is their family treasure. This also obviously means that it is private property, and I want to discourage you from trespassing. This is a very nice trail to hike and quite interesting if you are into ships and some history. The trail is also easy enough for people of any age to hike, as long as they're still mobile. The setting also gives off some Jurassic Park vibes, which is obviously very beautiful, and so I highly recommend this trail. So that is my thoughts on the Glentana Shipwreck hiking trail. I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like on it and also comment your thoughts down below. It really helps the channel more than you know. If you found the video informative or helpful at all, please consider subscribing and click the bell icon so you get future notifications whenever I upload. And then I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers!